Hello, I'm attorney Dan Marr from the Nashville law firm of Hampshire Kerrigan. I've been practicing law in New Hampshire for over 36 years and in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for over 28 years. I'm going to be talking today about, in New Hampshire, how you get real estate that you've entered into an agreement with and the seller has reneged. So in a situation where you've entered into a purchase and sale agreement or an offer of purchase, but basically some agreement that has the material terms of your purchase of the real estate. It could be a commercial piece of property, it could be a residential piece of property. You do everything you're supposed to be doing up to that date, and the seller decides, I'm not going to convey the property to you. Perhaps he likes the market and he has an opportunity to sell for a higher price, but he says, I'm not selling to you. And you're ready, willing, and able to buy, and you're able to prove that you're ready, willing, and able to buy. What can you do? Do you just have a lawsuit for damages against the seller? The answer is no. You have the right to go into court for what's called specific performance. New Hampshire allows on real estate to go after the seller of the real estate for specific performance. Generally, it doesn't go the other way around. If the seller isn't happy that the buyer's reneging, they can go after the buyer for money damages, because that's the exchange, is they're supposed to get cash for the real estate. But for New Hampshire, we look at, for the equitable claim of specific performance, is there a remedy that's able to get under the law for damages? And the answer is generally no, because real estate's unique. Could be even a garden-style condominium. It could be a property with expansive gardens that's truly unique, but it's unique if it's real estate. So generally, you're allowed to show that you're entitled to specific performance. If you're able to show as the buyer, you've done everything you're supposed to, and you can do everything you're supposed to purchase the property. If you have the financing contingency, you have the ability to meet your financing contingency. If you don't have a financing contingency, you have all the cash available. You have everything else that you need to do to convey, for the seller to convey the property. Now, of course, the seller may not be able to convey the property, but that's an issue. If they're able to convey the property, you can get specific performance. And one of the key things that happens in the courts quickly is, if you're able to show to the court that you've got a good chance, probable cause to get success on this equity claim, this specific performance claim, you can get a lien on the property in the registry of deeds, recorded in the registry of deeds by court permission, so that a bona fide purchaser subsequent to you doesn't buy and not know about your specific performance action. So that's a remedy that's available to you, to go to court and ask for permission to get an ex parte lien on the property, so that the rest of the world knows that when the seller is trying to sell to somebody else for perhaps a higher price, that you are in line and you're still fighting about this. So there's a fight that goes on. Now, in that situation, you want to make sure that you are ready, willing, and able to purchase the property, that you have everything lined up for you able to purchase the property if the seller meets his conditions under the agreement, or her conditions under the agreement. And again, you can do this against an entity seller, you can do this against an individual person seller, you can do it for commercial real estate, you can do it for residential properties in New Hampshire. New Hampshire does allow this remedy, and it is something that should be sought if you really want this property and you think the value is worth it there. Now, if it's a situation where you think the property is worth something for you for the location and maybe for your business, it might be worth the fight. It might also be worth the fight if you've got a real good price for the property, or as a family, you might be in love with that home, even though it's going to leave perhaps a little bit of bad taste in your mouth if you're litigating to get this property. So those are things to consider. I've dealt with these matters before in my 36 years of practice, and I'm happy to talk to you if the opportunity arises. Attorney Dan Marr at Hampshire Kerrigan in Nashville, New Hampshire, 603-883-5501. You can also check out our website, NashvilleLaw, all one word.com. Look at my bio, and I do weekly vlogs. I do vlogs on a variety of legal topics, and you look at those vlogs. They're all about anywhere from 5 to 6 or 7 minutes. So take a look at that, and again, I'm happy to help you at Dan Marr, 603-883-5501. Thank you. Bye-bye.